Good morning, everybody. This is Madeline, and I'm the Fit Vegetarian. I'm coming at you today bright and early on a Saturday morning. I know it's kind of early for a lot of us, but I have soccer tournaments this weekend for my daughter, and so I needed to get this video in. I wanted to get this information out there for you guys. All right, so today we're going to discuss the top tips for people who are just becoming vegetarian. All right, and this is part 4 in my series of Vegetarianism for Beginners. I hope so far you guys have been enjoying the information and finding it useful. So here are my top tips. I'm going to keep it short and sweet today, all right? So the first tip is find yourself a support system, okay? Not everybody when you're on this journey is going to be super supportive of you. Some people are going to question why you're doing this because change is scary not only for the person who's doing the change and going through it, but also for the people around them. So your friends, your family, they might not be on board with this. So it is important though for you to find a support system. So there are tons of resources online. I have a like page that you could check out on Facebook. It's called The Fit Vegetarian. So you can go on Facebook and check that out. And you can Google. Just go on Google and find some online groups where you can meet people who are going through the same journey that you are so that you feel supported and empowered as you make these changes in your life, okay? My second tip is to keep a positive mindset. Now, yesterday I kind of went over this a little bit. So mindset is all about how your outlook on things, your perspective. So keep an open mind, keep it positive, and remember to focus on all the wonderful new foods that you're going to experience versus all the things that you're not going to be able to eat anymore. So don't look at it as, oh, I can't eat this, I can't eat that. Look at it in terms of all the great new foods and new taste adventures that you're going on, all right? My third tip is to limit your meat analogs. And now you're probably thinking, what in the world are meat analogs, right? Well, that's like your fake veggie meat, which just saying that sounds kind of gross, doesn't it? Fake veggie meat. It's things like veggie sausage, veggie soy crumbles, things like that. Now, initially when I became a vegetarian, I'm not gonna lie, I lived on that stuff because it's intended to mimic the taste and the texture of meat. So it's kind of a crutch. And initially when you're transitioning to this vegetarian lifestyle, it's perfectly okay if you feel that you need that little crutch. But I want you eventually to wean yourself off of all those meat analogs because really they are just over-processed junk, really. I mean, is it better than eating meat? Yes, it's healthier for you. But in the grand scheme of things, you really want to be eating whole, not raw, but whole natural foods rather. So that's what I want you to focus on. So if you have to, okay, go to the meat analogs for a while and then transition yourself off of those as well. Another tip is I want you to read your labels, okay? You have no idea how many hidden animal products you'll find in so many different things. So for example, in soups, make sure, sometimes it'll say like, yes, this is vegetable soup. And you look at the label and you'll find that it has some kind of beef broth or chicken broth, which is a no-no for vegetarians, all right? So, and also look for gelatin because gelatin also is not vegetarian approved. So, and those are just two of the things that you want to look for. So read your labels and make sure that you truly are getting a vegetarian product. And ideally, you don't want to be buying stuff in a box or stuff in a can. Ideally, you want to be buying whole foods. But let's get real here. Every now and then, we're in a rush, we didn't meal plan, and we have to grab something really quickly. Just make sure you read your labels, okay? And also, when you go, if you're at a restaurant or you're at a friend's house for dinner, don't be shy about asking, hey, what's in this? Because you have no idea. I have been at friends' houses or even at a restaurant and they're telling me, oh yes, we have vegetable soup, for example. And then if I don't specifically ask what kind of broth was this made with, I would have been eating beef broth in my soup. So not cool. Really educate yourself and don't be shy about asking those questions, because this is your journey and you have to own it, okay? Now, my final tip is you get to eat a lot. So make sure you're eating enough, okay? I can't tell you, gosh, it's like so many thoughts are running through my mind right now. You get to eat, the volume of food that you get to eat when you're a vegetarian is unbelievable. Why is that? Well, think about it. How many calories are in a cheeseburger, let's say, or a bacon cheeseburger, or a steak, compared to a really delicious big salad or some crispy tofu, right, with a side of brown rice? It's the number of calories that are in vegetarian foods is minimal when you compare it to non-vegetarian food. So you do get to eat a lot. Now, it is a slippery slope. You have to be careful not to go overboard with your carbs, because it is easy to do that. And for years actually, I didn't realize that I was going overboard on my carbs. I was loading up on beans, I was loading up on complex grains and complex carbs, thinking, oh, this is good for me and I'm getting protein from the beans, right? Well, man, oh man, was I eating too many carbs, and that was keeping me from reaching my goals. So tomorrow I'm going to get more into the different macronutrients, as they're called, which are your fats, carbs, and proteins, and how to keep a good balance when you're eating vegetarian. All right, so today that's all that I have for you, short and sweet, like I said, and tune in tomorrow for part 5 in the series of Vegetarianism for Beginners. This has been Madeline, the Fit Vegetarian, and go conquer today and fuel up for a fit life. Thanks for joining. Bye-bye.